Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for everyone who's been supporting me on my previous video that I released. I really appreciate all the likes and subscribes. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link it down in the description. But if you have seen it, you'll know that I got Costume Party Chloe in that bundle. And I promised you guys that I was gonna fix her up and do like a restoration kind of video just to get her looking as best as I possibly can get her. And this was harder than I thought it would be. I made so many mistakes, but luckily you guys helped me on Instagram. Many of you guys gave me tips and tricks. I also watched a lot of videos, some by As Does Makeup here on YouTube. I love watching his videos. It honestly just soothes my soul. But getting into it right now, I am gonna basically fix her dress, clean up her accessories, and also just like try and fix her hair. That was probably the hardest part, was trying to fix nylon hair. It's really no joke, and I still am very upset with MGA about it. I really hope that they'll never, ever bring out another doll with nylon hair. It's absolutely horrible. So I'm just gonna start by removing her accessories and also her clothing pieces. And I'm also going to attempt to fix some of these up because, I mean, her earring has lost its shine in some parts. Her tiara has definitely lost its shine. Her dress is also ripped, so I'm going to fix that. Her dress has some fraying. I'm going to fix that too. And just a quick disclaimer, guys, I am by no means a professional. I have no idea what I'm doing 99% of the time. I'm just winging it. So my videos are intended for adult collectors and not for children. So if you are under the age, please have adult supervision while watching. I am going to be using scissors and a lighter in this video, which I think is quite dangerous. And this is what her hair looks like. I'm definitely going to be leaving this for last because this was the most time consuming to fix, but I really enjoyed it. It was a complete learning curve. And I'm going to start by fixing up her dress. I go in with my scissors and I just try and cut away any like loose strands. And then after that, I use a trick that I've been using like ever since I could sew. It's using a lighter. And I just want to very gently touch the flame to the edges of the garment just to seal it up. Just be careful not to burn yourselves if you ever try this. But it literally just seals up the edge so that it stops the fraying, and then I can attach it back onto the garment without worrying. Next, I'm just going to grab some thread and needle, and I thread it through and make 2 knots at the bottom. And as you can see, this dress has a ruffle that's been like pleated in the front. And basically I'm just going to replicate the left hand side on the right. So I just hold it down and then do a straight stitch. After I'm done sewing the dress, I just look around it for any loose strands, and I go in with my scissors and I just cut it off as gently as possible. I also went in with my lighter and just burned some of the edges, but I don't recommend this unless you have a steady hand because it can go wrong really quickly. And then after that, I'm just going to grab a bowl of water, and I also have some washing powder. And I'm just going to wash the clothes in the water and then leave it to soak while I move on to the next part. Next, I'm going to start with her tiara. I got this silver acrylic paint from a craft store, and I'm just going to paint over it and then go in with this clear nail polish and just seal it up. You can use any clear nail polish. And I just take this brush and I dip it in the silver paint and I get painting away. I think it took me like up to 5 or 7, it's between 5 or 7 layers of silver acrylic paint that I had to use just to make it look opaque, because this didn't have much payoff. It's a very light iridescent silver, so I had to go in quite a few times. But this is what it looked like after, and I think it came out quite well. I'm just going to go in now with that clear nail polish and seal it up. And then I also have some glitter here that I think I'm just gonna sprinkle on top just to help give it that extra shine. This is what it looks like after I've added the glitter, and I'm just gonna go in with my brush and add some of the extra pieces that fell off. And then I'm gonna go back in with the clear nail polish and just seal it up to make sure that the glitter is going nowhere. So I'm not too sure what happened, but it seems that I've lost some footage. I basically just opened up this toothbrush that I got from traveling, and I'm washing her face and her hands. Well, I'm washing her whole body, but the face and the hands are the most important. And then after that, I'm gonna go in with a shampoo and a condition just to get her hair nice and clean before we do the boil wash. And I actually learned how to do a boil wash from watching As Does Makeup here on YouTube, and I'll link his video down in the description because I think I learned more from watching his video, and I think you guys would learn more from watching his instead of mine. I'm just basically trying to fix my doll. He shows you how. And then I just quickly wash her accessories to get it nice and clean and get it out of the way. And here's a nice little ASMR moment for you guys. And now we can start the boil wash. I boiled my kettle and I'm just pouring that hot water directly onto her hair. And then I'm adding a half a cup of fabric softener. You can use any fabric softener, it really doesn't matter. This just helps to soften up the hair. And then I take my brush and I just brush all that through and make sure to get rid of any knots to make sure that this will be a successful boil wash. I then leave it in the water just to soak and get soft, and then I come back every now and then just to give her hair another brush. So this is what her hair looked like after the first boil wash, and as you can see it does look better, but it still has a lot of fried ends. So I actually attempted to go in for a second time, and this is what it looked like. And then after that I had to go in for a third time, and this is what it looked like after that. It seemed like I was getting nowhere, and I actually ended up boil washing her hair 13 times. This is what she looked like after the 13th time. So I finally threw in the towel and I asked you guys on Instagram what you guys thought I should do, and literally every single person suggested that I get out my straightener. So here is her clothes and accessories. They have been washed and they are dry and ready to wear. But first we're going to straighten her hair. And I was a little scared that my straightener might be a little too hot for her. So I did grab this cloth as some form of a safety net just to wrap around her hair as I straighten it. I've plugged her down onto this Bratz Angel stand. And I'm just going to start by separating her hair into sections. And I'm going to work from the bottom to the top and just go strand by strand trying to straighten it. This ended up taking very long and I got a little impatient, so I tried to go without the cloth and I actually ended up burning her hair. So I had to cut that off and just be patient and work with the cloth. Definitely lessons learned, hair burned. And I will never make that mistake again. Only now, after that happened, I actually asked you guys on Instagram again what I did wrong. And a lot of people said that I was supposed to wet her hair first. I didn't know I was supposed to do that, so it's my bad, guys. While straightening her hair, I noticed that her head was getting quite wobbly and loose, so I definitely try to be careful going forward. And this is what her hair looked like after what felt like the 1000th time I'd gone over it. And I couldn't turn up the heat on the straightener because else I would burn her hair. So this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to move on to the next layer. Unfortunately, I lost all the footage of me straightening her second layer, but this is what it looks like, and I think I'm just going to fast forward through everything and show you guys what the end result was of me straightening all of her hair. At this point, I was so happy to see that we'd finally made progress, and these are the ends that I cut off, but it doesn't look that bad, and her hair is finally ready to be styled. I'm going to use these rubber bands to just tie her hair in place, and what you want to do is I literally started off by parting two sides, which I saw in a picture, and then you also want to get a strand right in the middle of the back, and then tie those three together. So next you want to section the hair into two parts, and the top part will be turned into a ponytail, very much how Ariana Grande does her hair, which just goes to show how influential the Bratz are. I mean, this hairstyle they did in 2008. It's so iconic, and basically you just want to take the front part and then find a little strand of hair a little further back that you can use as an anchor to tie the front part to. This will just help to firm it up when you pull down on the hair. And this is what it should look like then. It's almost done. I'm just going to grab a strand of hair from the back of her ponytail, and I wrap that around twice and then just tuck it underneath the elastic in the back, and that should help hide the elastic. And now that everything is finally done, we can put her into her outfit and complete her look. And to be honest, I'm so excited. I think she turned out great. I'm so happy with the way her hair turned out, and I definitely think she was well worth all of the struggles, and I definitely learned a lot of lessons along the way. And just to finish it all off, I'm going to put on her tiara and we can have our final look. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like, a follow, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks again, guys. Bye.